I mean, there was a point at some point they wanted to do like laser eye surgery on me, but I was gonna be like one of the very first ones to have it done.
How you feel about that? You know,
Yeah, I didn't do it. Hell no, my mom wasn't either. Fuck that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that shit like a long
I'm
time
good.
ago.
Damn, that's a trip. So let me ask you this, because I always like am curious when people have like you know, let's face it, it's kind of a disability. You know what I mean? It keeps you from certain things, but I feel like that helps develop other things. You have something that you think is like is extra heightened. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can hear like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can hear things. I don't know. It's a bunch of things. Like I remember hella shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a trip.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I can taste a lot. Like,
really?
I can taste certain things.
Yeah, I believe that because like I feel like we all our senses is to like, you know, get us through the world or whatever. So when like biologically, if we lose one, like everything else is gonna kind of like replace that. You know what I'm saying?
He is literally outside of Joe Rogan. he is literally the only person that I know who can read something and hear something and give that shit back to you like the same way he heard.
He knows Joe Rogan.
I believe it, bro. He just brought up like pyramids and the Giza and all that. We talking about. I was like, man, where you hear that from? You talking about Gaia and all that shit? I was like, yeah. So it shows for sure.
He's he big on all that shit.
I know a little bit about a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope.
You get to wondering what shit, like, oh shit, what that mean? Oh shit, took me here. Oh okay, what's this? Oh, okay, what's this? But
so would you say you have a natural like want to know about it too, and on top of that, you are able to like retain it?
What,
you know
like my condition or just in general?
Just
like
information. Yeah.
Like, do you have a want to learn information? Is that what keep you?
I don't know. Well, I don't know because I feel like that came with time too. Because one time I just wanted to start learning shit. Because one time I was supposed to go in my studio and record some music. And instead of doing that, for some reason I went on YouTube and just typed in "what is money."
Yeah.
And then just it took me down a rabbit hole, and ever since then it's just been. Learn.
Yeah, that shit dope, bro. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I asked, because like some people can remember shit and they'll just like remember like movie commentary or something like that. But some people remember shit and they'll know hella words, hella history, hella, you know what I'm saying? It's like
that's like with me when I read or even watch a movie or something. I'm better at a movie because I can describe it, but when I'm reading something, I can only give you like highlights. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't like pinpoint shit. It's just like, man, this happened and da 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 da. But I can't like explain it to you.
Well, on that though, like reading, I can't. It's hard for me to read. Like even like with a phone and I zoom in on shit, it takes so long to read because I have to move the screen and catch up to shit.
So this is like a hassle.
So like so I like I'd rather listen to shit more.
Yeah.
Than anything. You know what I mean? Like I like even like shows. There's shows that I've watched completely that I like them so much that I'll just have it playing in the background and I'm just listening to it.
Gotcha.
While I'm doing other shit around the house and shit. So it's just
you
listening.
You came from a big family, right?
Too big.
How would you say the treatment was with your condition? Like, do you feel like you was treated any different, or you just felt like you was just like? Did you feel like you have any kind of like slack because of your disability?
No. Like I mean, I had to
feel like you was babied, I guess.
No, hell no. My little brother's a mama's boy. But
he got all of his everything going.
But not really. Like when everybody had to go outside and fucking do some yard work, I it was all expected of me too. But what I would say was different was seeing my younger brother and my older brothers grow up and do the things that I wasn't doing. Like, growing up, getting a license, going places, picking up the girls and taking them, and shit like that. So like, me noticing that's really when it was like, oh shit, this is different.
Yeah.
So
how you deal with that?
Had them come pick me up.
Yeah.
But how did that like, did that make you feel a certain type of way? Like, damn, I always got to call somebody to come get me or whatever. Like, how did that like resonate with you?
I mean, at some point in my life, it felt like I was dependent on people.
Yeah, I can see
what I mean? And it'll definitely get you in a place like shit. You know what I mean? Like, but over time, you get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, over time, like, all things pass.
Yeah, yeah.
And you also know like it ain't your fault. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
So.
I mean, so, it all depends. Like, you can see it as a curse, you can see it as a gift. At one point, I seen it as a curse, and then there's a point in my life where it was like, maybe it was for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
I took care of my son. I had a son when I was 18. His mother ran out, and ultimately now that gave me, with my condition, it gave me the ability to be home with him.
Gotcha. See that? Them blessings come in different ways.
Take care of him.
Yeah.
And everything I learned since, it allowed me to apply that with my daughter. And so just being the best parent I can be, because I'm there.
Gotcha.
And like, as far as my my wife, it allows, while she's at work, just the appreciation I can give her by, taking care of the household, making sure she has something to eat when she comes home, shit like that.
Yeah. Wow, that's a trip. That's a dope how that, like you said, you could look at it as a gift or a curse, and that's a blessing like a motherfucker, man.
And I mean, not only that, like, it could also be like divine intervention, because like when I was 20 to like 25, I was on drugs. I was fucking, if I had the ability to drive, I'd probably been a whole lot worse of a habit.
For sure,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? It could have got a whole lot worse. So
yeah, you think that? I mean, we ain't got to get too much in that, but the drug thing, you think that might have been kind of like somewhat dealing with it? You know what I mean? In more of a negative way. You know what I mean? Like you said,
partly, but then it's also your surroundings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're with people doing drugs, you're gonna want to do them too.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And like, my mom asked me one time, like, why were you doing ecstasy? Why were you snorting cocaine, shit like that? And it's I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm in a bad place.
Yeah.
I just want to get high.
Yeah.
I'm being bored, being at home all the fucking time, and raising this little boy and shit. And it's like,
you want to feel something.
I wanted to feel something different.
Yeah, I feel this shit. Did you hear that Mac Dre song? That's why, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We getting stupid doodle dumb. What you mean?
Do you like, because of the driving and stuff like that? Like, do you feel like you missed a lot?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, being older, it's like, why hold on to that shit? Yeah. Like, I mean, being with my lady now, just being with her, she's shown me so much more than what I figured I'd be able to see with anybody else.
Yeah.
You know
that's real.
So
that's real.
She's shown me a lot.
And I also think that with the stuff that you may think you missed, or that I may assume that you missed, you gained something that you probably never would have had if you had that other thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you got to be home with your kid. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you're a good cook. You feel me? Like, the time that you got to yourself, to know yourself, like, that shit.
Oh yeah, I know me. Like, I know me like crazy.
Motherfuckers kill for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers do it. Motherfuckers do go through their life trying to figure out who they is and why they here, why they do what they do, why they go to the club, why they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had that time early, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know who the fuck I am. I know what I like, you feel me? And then if anything, you just grew to be like, okay, I'm over this, you know what I'm saying? Let's go do this, you know what I'm saying? That's dope.
That's a trip, man. I'm just tripping off that right now, just thinking about it, because it just molded your perspective on things. You know what I mean? You take a young cat that's, doesn't have any type of disability or nothing, and get in trouble and lose his license for a year. This motherfucker ready to die. Like, he's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I can't do. Your outlook on that is completely different, because it's like, what you mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's nothing, not a big a deal. It just shows like your circumstances can just base your perceptions on the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's on the whole driving thing though, when I used to see it as like, oh, I got, I'm dependent on someone to take me from A to B or whatever. It was a real big point in my life where it was like, just to make me feel better about it, it was like, well, I'm not dependent. I'm just being chauffeured. I'm special.
Turn it around, like spinning your head. Yeah, got you.
So, just taking advantage of the worst.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up, man.
Did you ever feel like, I know you talked about it a little bit, like when you thought it was a curse before, like, did you really just feel like what made you, like, the lucky one out the family? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 4 brothers.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
You got 5 brothers, and it's like, how did I hit the jackpot? You know what I'm saying? Out of the
Yeah,
out of the
I
books,
mean,
you feel
I
me?
don't know. I mean, you can think about it all you like, but you never really know.
Yeah, no,
You
you
know
never
what I
really.
mean?
But I'm just saying, like, how did you like? What made? Did you think about it? Like,
Yeah, I
what
thought
was
about it
it?
all the
What
time.
was it about me?
Yeah, I thought about it all the time. And it's just like, what can you do though?
Yeah.
What really can you do about it other than learn to cope with the shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like either you let it get to you or you fucking overcome that shit. And if you let it get to you, I mean, I probably wouldn't be where, you know what I mean? I'd probably be still on the drugs or something. Who knows? It could just fuck you up.
Do you ever feel like people think you faking? Like,
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So I've had people tell me all the time, like, oh no, you can see, because like I mean, like when I was in my 20s and shit, going out. So like, man, I really didn't start going out until my son got about like 2.5, 3 years old. So.
And you were how old during that time?
Around like 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. You know, just fucking around the projects, fucking around with my folks and shit, and there'd be times where, you know, shit gets fucked up and you're running away from the cops and shit. And, you know, I mean, and when you get away, people are always like, no, you can see.
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I can
You know what
see
I mean?
that. I'd be like,
And
man,
it's
hold on,
like-
man. How the fuck I get caught? Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is.
Well, really, it's like, nah, I can't see. I was just following that nigga.
Straight up.
So how would you say, like, do you think your eyesight affected your ability at school?
Oh,
like
yeah.
even just interaction with people, the other kids and shit like that?
Yeah, so, so my eyes, it's hard for them to focus. So, like, if I were to look at you and we were talking eye to eye, you're going to see my eyes moving around. You know what I mean? So there'd be times where I'm sitting there talking to someone, they're like, looking behind them, like, who's the fuck
Like, what
he
you
looking
looking
at?
at?
Yeah, like, who's he looking at? And it's like, so I know what they're thinking. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with his eyes or whatever? And it's like, you know, people calling you blind, all kinds of different shit. So that got me in a, you know, heated arguments, sometimes a couple fights, shit like that. But
Yeah.
it's just being young.
How did that work out fighting, bro?
Oh, I hit my brother in the face one time. We were fighting some dude, and I hit him in the face.
Like, watch out, man. You know, fight, man. Don't even be in my proximity.
Anybody
Yo,
can get it.
Yeah, anybody get it. These motherfuckers is flying. Let's
Might as
go.
well put a blindfold on me, baby. I'm treating everybody like a pinata in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's interesting though, man. Like, cause I actually want to talk about that shit. I remember one time, me, him, my other brother Dre, we in this little hill and viewpoint in Rodale, and this one I used to smoke and shit, and we just sitting there, you know, doing what we do, doing this podcast and shit that we've been doing forever, always talking about crazy shit, and then one day I told him I was like, Joe, if I ever die, bro, I was like, I'm gonna donate my eyes to you. You feel me? And this fucking asshole over here gonna tell me, oh, that's real fucking thoughtful, but it ain't my eyes. That's the problem, dumbass.
So what does that mean? Because it's not necessarily the eyes. What is it?
It's the retina, I guess.
So explain what
Something with the brain or
Stark
something,
Arts is.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is, I really like having all the technology around us. I really didn't look into what the fuck I had. Like, I just took it for the doctor's word. Oh, he's got this. And it's like, oh, that's what I got.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It wasn't until probably 4 or 5 years ago where I grabbed my phone and was like, Stark Arts.
Yeah, let me see what the fuck
Yeah,
I
let me
got.
see what the
Yeah.
fuck. So I'm like going down the list and they're like, retina and all this other shit. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense because that's how I feel. And then it's like, not curable by correctable lens. And I'm like, I told you.
Haven't I been saying it?
It's like, because I had, like, when I was younger, they gave me, like, prescribed me multiple pairs of glasses, and it's like they never worked. And people thought, like, oh, no, you just don't want to wear them. And it's like, man, if it
I
made
had the
me
chance,
see
yeah,
better, if I had the
to see
chance,
better.
Yeah.
I'd fucking use it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who doesn't want to see better?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, no, they just don't work.
Yeah.
Like, there was that point, I was at school one time, and nobody, like, the teachers didn't believe me, and she was like, why aren't you wearing your glasses? And I'm like, well, they don't work. So she was like, let's just try. And she's like, is it wearing them? And I'm like, yeah, whatever you want to think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, well, how about we do a code where I do like a gesture and you put them on? And I'm like, oh yeah, that'll totally work. You know what I mean? So she and she's sitting here thinking like, oh, I just don't want to wear them because I'm embarrassed in front of everybody else. And I'm like, bitch, did you think this gesture was supposed to be like undercover so no one could know? Yeah. And in front of the whole class, she's sitting at her desk and she goes, Jose. And I'm just like, this bitch. Shit. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This shit's ridiculous. So and then having my bad eyesight, right? They put me in the class with all the dumb kids.
Oh,
with all the special children.
That happens, right?
Right.
Yeah,
so like, and I'm not stupid. So like, I'm doing work and I'm acing all that shit.
Neither are they, Joe.
Yeah. He's like, nah, they stupid.
You'd be surprised. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like every year we got the same fucking work. And I was just like, yo, this shit is what we did last year. And she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, all right, well, when I get an A plus and all these other motherfuckers get B's and D's and C's and shit, and I'm gonna tell you why, because we did it and they don't remember.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like that. So
ain't that's crazy. That's a trip. Yeah. Not knowing the whole time, like, you know, you just can't see that.
I just can't
all
see.
the like remembering and the intelligence and all that shit is not only there, but it's probably even heightened. But they still put you in this. You know what I mean?
I had years where they were sitting there saying, "Oh, we're gonna get you this to help you with, like, you know, the fucking, you know, they're just like the principal and shit. We're gonna get you this and all this other shit, like accommodations and shit."
Yeah.
They never came. They just threw me in the class with all the dummies, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. It's
very interesting.
Yeah. So I just stopped. What's crazy is when I got to high school, it's like I finished. I dropped out of 9th grade 3 months before school was out, and then 10th grade started. I dropped out 3 months after school started.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm done with this.
Yeah, and then I did what was it, like homeschool? And this dude, this old guy named Bob used to come to the house, and that motherfucker taught me so much shit. I think he's what piqued my interest in like history. You know what I mean? And
always take that one part, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that one mentor type, you know?
Yep. And yeah, he just taught me a whole bunch of shit. And I used to have to go to school to do like all the, you know, like the SAT tests or whatever the fuck they are.
How did he like, what is it that he did or said to like?
It was one-on-one. I didn't have to look at a chalkboard or anything. You know, there wasn't a distance. It was I'm here, he's right there. He's showing me on a piece of paper. I could take the paper and get close to it. I could look at the work, so it was easier.
Ain't that a trip? And then what if they would have did that?
Yeah, that's all it took.
Day one.
Yeah, that's all it took was for them to write the shit down on a piece of paper like they wrote it down on the fucking board that I can't see.
Yeah.
That's all it took, but.
Wow, just that small little detail, man. Just you know, just whoop.
Yeah, it could have changed everything. Cause then you know, I got to high school. Like after that year, it was like, I'm sick of being home. I want to go fuck with some people. I want to go meet friends and shit.
Yeah.
So I went back to school in the 11th grade, and I was back in the class with all the dummies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did put you back in that class.
Yeah. And then I went to when 12th grade happened. It was like I'm done with that dumb shit. Like I tried harder classes. And then, you know, I discovered marijuana. And
it was like, fuck all that shit.
Yeah,
fuck all this shit.
Fuck all this shit. I'm getting high.
The nigga said, you know what?
Yeah.
Like Cat Williams, fuck them lights. He like, fuck that school.
Yeah, so it was like I went to school to get high. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was just crazy shit. I tried psychology one time, and I never did the work, but I was learning shit in there. You know what I mean? And one day I'm not doing shit, and the teacher's like, you need to come outside and talk to me. And so I went outside, and she's like, if you're going to be in this class, you need to understand you're going to be doing work. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you understand? I said, I understand. So we go back into class, and I'm sitting down, and I ain't doing shit. And she takes me back outside, and she says, I thought you understood you were going to do some work. And I said, well, I told you I understood. I didn't tell you I was going to do it.
Yeah, that's some shit my son would say, bro.
And then I look at her, I said, now that's reverse psychology. and then she kicked me the fuck out of her class. So, yeah, they threw me in like a fucking, you know, do your work period.
Oh, yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Damn, so then So what? That's like 11th grade that happened.
No, I was 12th grade.
12th grade.
Yeah,
12th
I got kicked out of 12th grade though for getting in a fight. Yeah.
Gosh.
I just turned 18. I hit somebody. He was like 17, and I was just causing so much bullshit there. I was always in trouble. So
you feel like that was a byproduct of like
that's what
frustration from what's
oh
going on?
yeah, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fuck.
I probably wouldn't either. For sure.
Yeah, because I mean I've always been small, and like having the vision problem, and it was.
You felt like you had something to prove. To
yeah,
people.
always. Yeah. I always had to be bigger than life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then having like I got a younger brother, well 2 younger brothers. I got 3 older brothers. And them niggas all had a reputation, so I always had like this chip on my shoulder. Was like, well, shit, I gotta be a badass too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
How do you feel you take that on now? Like, what changed?
Probably being a parent.
Yeah, that changes a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like, especially my son. So, like. I feel like my son grew up with me. You know what I mean? I grew, just as much as he was growing, physically and mentally, I was doing the same. And when my daughter came around, it was like, maybe I need to do things a little different. You know what I mean? And it just made me want to be a better parent. So I started looking up all these like ways to parent, and I came across this dude named Stefan Molyneux, and he got this it's called peaceful parenting, and it's where you don't hit your kids, because hitting your kids if you hit your kid because they did something wrong, when they get older and they feel something was done wrong, they're just gonna hit too. You know what I mean?
Teaching them habits.
It causes violence. Violence is learned from violence, and then when you hit your kid, it's a higher chance of them to be, early drug usage, early promiscuity, just a bunch of bad shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that, you know what I mean? And then, I don't want my son to go through what I did, where it's like, if I got a problem, we're gonna fucking fight it out.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd rather teach them to negotiate. So when my kids do shit wrong now, we're negotiating.
Yeah.
So it's like for every wrong there's a consequence, and what's gonna happen from it.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. I fuck with that, bro. It's like the power of the mind. Like anybody can throw fists, but if your mind is powerful enough to make somebody to like maybe talk them out of that, or even just overpower their mind to where they can't fight, or just beat them mentally. That's more powerful. And it's more longevity in it. You know what I mean?
You think, so it's like anybody can fight, but it's a man's wits that makes him a man.
Yeah.
So just learn to be a better parent, man. It's changed so much, because and not only did it teach me to be a better parent, but it taught me to appreciate my wife. Even more, because she gave me another child to teach. You know what I mean? So it's just so much. It's just a lot.
That's deep, bro. That's deep.
And would you say well, they're obviously different just because you got a son and a daughter, but just as far as the age gap, do you feel like your daughter is just a complete, like, I ain't gonna say opposite, but just she got a chance to.
She's definitely gotten the best.
The best of you, yeah.
You get better with time, huh? Parenting, you like.
You get better with time, and
I say it all the time. Like when I got 4 now, and I can literally tell what stage I was in life based on my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and my daughter just same thing. Just got the best of me just because I was in a better place. Me and my wife was better. You know what I'm saying? And everything she just got the end of the stick. And but it's now I feel like it's helping me deal with my boys better now, because now I know
what they need.
Yeah, now I know what they need, and I'm better at talking with them. So it's just like when they do ask me something, I can be reasonable with them and be like, okay, look, this is what it is, yada yada yada. You feel me? Instead of being how I used to be.
Yeah, it's crazy, because like, though my daughter's gotten the best of me happened because of what I wanted for my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's benefited from that too.
Yeah.
And
very interesting. I hella fuck with that. Like even to this day, I see people with kids and shit, and I'll be like, damn, I kind of like, I guess you getting baby fever or some shit like that. I just be like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be a good dad today. Because I feel like I'm a good dad, but I think we all have a little, some regrets of how we behaved or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And, but yeah, it just, like I said, I think we get better with time, you know what I mean?
Do you think, did you always fear your disease could carry on to your kids?
I don't know. Because, the whole 7 generation thing.
Yeah.
And, I don't even know. I've only ever heard that from, like, the doctor. Yeah. One doctor at that. So, like, I don't know. But I will, like, I was told when I was, like, 15, 16, that I'd be completely blind by 18. So, when that didn't happen, I was like, maybe these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about.
You know what's crazy? That you bring up the doctor, Al know somebody that's, like, taking, like, med school or whatever, right? And she said,
she said something shit?
She said something that I really didn't think two shits about. But she was like, well, it is called practicing medicine. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that we know everything. It's just that I was just like, holy shit, I'm going to give doctors a little bit more slack.
That word, bro.
Well, that's why they call them treatment. Because they ain't looking to cure shit. They're just looking to treat you so you can come back and they can make more money.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. It's a business.
That fucked me up too, though. They were like, so where do you practice at? Like, that's literally what you would ask a doctor. Like, so where's your practice at? Like, damn, they
like, who taught you?
Yeah, these motherfuckers is practicing on us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? At what point are you professional?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's game time, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, at what point?
That's real shit. Get him, Jones. He said, well, damn, nigga, when is it game time, motherfucker? Is this the only practice that you can practice forever and get paid for it? Imagine me going to basketball practice. Shit. We talking about practice. Practice.
Fucking crazy, man.
That's some shit.
I know, because that was one of the fears that I had when you had your son. I remember the first thing when I went to the hospital was like, can he see? You know what I'm saying?
I remember that, yeah.
And because I really didn't know about your condition like that either. And shit, you hardly did. You know what I'm saying? But
honestly, shit, just like, just the hindrance of it. Like, always growing up, it was like, I don't want to hear about it. It's like, I got it, that's enough. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking hear about it.
Yeah.
But, like, being older now, I could joke about it.
Yeah.
Like it's hella funny. My daughter, she's like a spitting image of me. She can talk shit. She's like quick on her feet, all kinds of shit. So
rude as fuck.
Rude as fuck.
Asshole.
She's cutthroat, right? So like I'm in my room one time, and I could hear her talking to me from down in the living room, and I'm like, what? And then my dad's walking down the hall and he's laughing, and I'm like, what'd she say? And he said that she was like, well, I know he's blind, but now he can't hear.
Oh man, our kids are something else, man.
She ain't got no filter, man. She is crazy.
You gotta love it though, man. You gotta love that wit, that humor. You know what I mean? That snappiness. You know.
Yeah, she's definitely something else. She's
keep you on your toes.
Yeah, that's my world.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man. Yeah. How do you feel like? Do you feel like there's? How am I trying to say this? Do you feel that with your condition now, it's been more beneficial to you now than it was before?
I mean, it's crazy. I feel it getting worse. You know what I mean? Because like just driving down the freeway when I was younger, I could read the fucking road signs. Now I can't even see that shit. But I mean, just all around has been beneficial. Like all around, like from my kids to my, just.
So you kind of feel like you got the better end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? It's
well,
like
I mean,
it's like you gave up something, but you gained a lot from it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not that I got the better end of the stick, but I made the better end. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if this is all I'm getting, I'm gonna create more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Nah, that's dope. It definitely just gives you perspective. Like you know what I'm saying on a lot of shit.
I mean, like. So I'll die with this in my head. Is like, it could be worse. There's people that are born that can't see shit from day one. And it's like, I've actually seen what trees look like. I've seen the smiles on my children's face. I've seen them cry. I've seen sunsets. So it's like, when I die, or if I ever do go blind, I have those images. I know what they're like. I know the beauty of life.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, you know, visual. So, you know what I mean? It's just being grateful for what you do have.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like that. I mean, I guess it's possible, but like scenarios like this is what gives you that that feeling and that appreciation for things. You know what I mean? Just like you saying that, like, if I do go blind, I still had all of this. You know what I mean? Where a lot of people that are giving the world whatever, a silver spoon in the mouth, whatever you want to say, they can't. It's hard for them to reach that level of appreciation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
it's hard to reach appreciation when you're giving everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the saying? If you bought a pair of shoes, like if you bought a pair of shoes, you were treated differently than somebody giving you a pair of shoes. Type of shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's that, because it's the same thing. Like, even in the hood mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what
like,
interests a billionaire?
Yeah,
it's not money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's world domination.
It's something. It's something. Cause I feel like that with me. Just like from my background, I just feel like, damn, like I moved in with y'all. You feel me? Like, I think I feel like I'm the lucky one with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't got exposed to a whole nother lifestyle, a whole nother culture. You know what I'm saying? And being around motherfuckers who like generally gave a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't never did no snake shit, never been nothing but brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. I don't even, when I see this nigga, like when I introduce him with anybody, like, it's nigga, that's my brother, you feel me? That's my brother. It's not even a question in my mind, you feel me?
Yeah, he loves us.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened was I love my mom, and by default, I gotta love these niggas too. Nah, but
hey, I'll take it.
Nah, but yeah, I just feel like because of that, like I don't take what I've been through for granted. You feel me? Because the situation that I was in, it's like, damn, like, you was lucky to do this. You should be doing something else. You feel me? Like, why are you taking these traits on, you know, what your brothers was doing or whatever the case is? It's like, nigga, you an opportunity to be doing something else. Like, why not take that shit? You know what I'm saying? And I always talk about it. Like, I try to tell myself I don't have no regrets, but honestly, my only biggest regret that I ever did was not taking school seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's
I feel that.
It's like just not. Even if I didn't like it, the least I could have did was did the fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the simplest shit. But it's like I just didn't give a fuck about school.
You know what I gotta think about that though is because I hear a lot of people say that, like, man, I wish I would have did better school. At the end of the day, too, we still hella young, and even though we are hella busier, you know, in today's times and whatnot as being grown adults, but we still don't have the distractions, or at least we're grown enough to like get the distractions out and actually study some school. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
You know what's crazy is like a high majority of young men don't hear any words of encouragement.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't got like my father, he was around, but as far as like the education and shit, they weren't attentive. And like my mom was like, by the time I got home from school, my mom was off to work. You know what I mean? So there was no one there to actually be like, do your work. So I mean, if no one's pushing you, you ain't gonna go. So
it's kind of, I don't know, like, 'cause I kind of do that shit with my son just to try to make it seem like, you know, I mean, because he did got something that he does get something that I never got. Now, even having that conversation with him today, I was just like, and he told me before we got done, he was like, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you talked to me. I just want to let you know that your
this
words.
Is your son talking?
Yeah, it's my son talking.
I fuck with your son.
He was just like, he was like, I do appreciate what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? And I joke with him like, look, I ain't here for nothing. So it's just like, and it's because, and I always remind him that though, like, I didn't have nobody telling me.
Yeah. How you feel when you said that? I don't fuck around today and start crying or something, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's like my thing. Like, I want to be so much better than my dad because my dad went there. That really, I'm real sensitive to that shit.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
With me, it's not because I honestly, I really don't feel like I should be patted on the back for that shit because I just feel like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And for me, I never thought of it like, damn. like, yeah, nigga, you lucky. Like I never really thought of it like that. I just feel like, cause to me, it's a learning experience for me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's when he tells me something like that, it's telling me that you've grown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you've done something as a person. So that's how I feel. Even though he's the only one who tells me that, my other two kids don't fuck with me. But my daughter's gangster.
I take it like the extent of your children's success growing up is, you know,
Kinda like
the
a
expression of how
reflection.
much you care for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I said, if kids aren't being pushed and showing that there's people out there that want them to do better, then they're not going to do better.
Yeah, it's like if y'all don't care, well, I'm gonna care.
Well,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
And that's what I kind of what I was telling my son. He was just like, "Didn't nobody tell you?" I was like, "Nope." I said, "My father figure was my uncle." I said, "He didn't teach me. He didn't teach me what I should be doing. He taught me how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like he taught me how to move through this craziness in the underground world. You know what I'm saying? But he never taught me like, nigga, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like everything was just survival mode. I said so. I said he didn't teach me how to live. He taught me how to survive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to live through y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when we do something like that's something that's new to me. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So like this.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
That being a parent never gets old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that you continue.
Oh, it gets old.
Have to.
There's times where it gets old.
Well, what? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Parenting is the hardest thing, at least for me, in the world.
But what I'm saying is, I don't mean you don't get tired of this shit.
Like you never stop. You have to stop evolving.
You never stop learning because these kids
Yeah.
are always going through something, and they may go through something that you never even experienced. You know what I'm saying? So now they're trying to tell you about a life that you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a constant. It's a constant.
You know,
thing.
when my son, like when I was saying we grew up together. You know what I mean? There's times now where I feel bad about it because I didn't teach him anything when he was growing up. You know what I mean? So looking at him like when he was in elementary and shit, I could see how hard it was for him to take a grasp of what he was learning. Where my daughter, she was put in a preschool, and then she went to kindergarten, and she just got on with her, on the ground with her feet running, and it was easier to her. So I seen the difference there. You know what I mean? And then, like, he's seen also him growing up. He's seen all the women that came around. You know what I mean? He's seen me in my lows. He's seen me in my highs. All kinds of shit. So.
How old is your son?
My son's 17.
Oh shit! Oh, so y'all did grow. Yeah, that's why you saying that. Yeah. So
yeah.
he was
I had him. I was like 4 months into being 18. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our sons are a year apart.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Man, how's that adolescence or that teenager years, man? Because mine's only 12, but we starting to get into that.
Man, it's
My-
crazy because he'll come in and he says like these things where it's like, oh, I guess that's the new lingo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, shit. I mean, you mean this? And he's like, no, this. And I'm like, oh, all right. Like
I just learned that one word. Now y'all got a new one.
he's like capping. I'm like, what you mean, like capping?
Yeah, like you
And he's
shoot.
like, no, like playing around. And
I
I'm
gotta
like,
point
what
this shit
the
out.
fuck?
I gotta point this shit out while we on the subject with capping. For the record, capping did not mean you're lying. Capping started off from the Instagram caption. So when people used to post pictures, instead of writing the caption, they used to say no cap because they didn't have to. It was self-explanatory from the picture. So
how did it evolve into lying then?
I have no fucking idea, bro.
Are you sure they're the same capping?
It has to be.
Hey, which is funny. This was one of our topics I want to talk about was the getting old. Remember I said I wanted to talk about that?
I know. I wanted to see
Bruh.
like should we just keep it running?
Okay,
Should we
keep
just
it running.
go?
We got time. We only got 40 on
Do
here.
you feel old?
I feel
Do you feel old? Or
I don't feel old, but sometimes I do think time is going. Like I feel like I wasted time. I feel like I wasted a lot of time. And I'm trying
That's dangerous mindset though.
Yeah,
that's like you could get real depressed that way real quick.
I do real. You want? I'm gonna tell you why I like that, because I know you and Dame give me shit about this shit too. Like every time we break up something, you're like, why do you always gotta bring up the negative aspect of shit?
Yeah.
And the reason why that being, because that is
pessimistic.
That's my fuel. You feel me? Like that's what motivates me to do better. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it is. It is like if somebody told you wasn't shit, you gonna try your best to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna do anything negative towards you. You always gonna try to be the positive of it. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I get what you said, bro. I get what you said.
Yeah. 100%. So I feel like I have to put myself in that state of mind, because to me thinking positive is dangerous. Because I feel like if I think what I'm doing is positive and I can be leading to the road of destruction and not even knowing it, because
you believe in energy.
I like doing it. Yeah.
So you don't feel like thinking negative will bring negative?
That's what we were saying.
Like, think about this. So, like, if the world has a conscience and all men and women are connected to that conscience and we're all on some negative shit, is it no wonder the world's in some shit?
Yeah. But I also believe that we need the balance.
He's like, yes, we would.
I also believe we need to balance. I'm just not the one that got the positive in me.
Let me light this sage real quick, man.
This is why I hang around the people that I hang around though. Because
where you're balanced.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly, because I do.
That's when his son walks in the room.
Yeah.
Like I feel it was a little cloud in here earlier, so just thought I'd come here and say hi. And but no, I try to. I'm working on that though. I'm trying to be better. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be better. I think my past, I think about my past a lot, and I feel like it catches up to me a lot, and I just get angry about the decisions that I made and be like, damn, nigga, you could have been. I get that could have been mentality, and like, damn, you could have been doing it, and I beat myself up for no reason when you can't do shit about it now. So it's just like, why even be in that mindset?
Yeah.
So I'm better at it now though, but it's still fucks with me.
You got a lot of regret?
I say I got a fair share of it. Yeah. This is the thing. I don't have a lot of it, but the shit that I do regret holds weight, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I feel you on that, because if I really think about it, I'm like, nah, I don't regret nothing. It made me who I am, the whole thing. Yeah. But then there are times where you be like, man, I swear that I don't know. You just feel like if this would have happened different, you would have been this. But like he said, like none of that shit is not worth even thinking about or talk. There's nothing you could do. All you could do is what you are today. You know what I mean? But our minds just we do try to go back and start shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all that shit. But
and the good thing about it is, I mean, it is the memory bank. You feel me? Like you know how that made you feel, so you try your best not to be that. Just like I said before, like I got these rules for myself, so I'm not that person again. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what that feels like, and I know what I'm capable of doing if I am that person. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
I always feel like
to me, it's in everybody else's best interest.
I feel like if you carry regret, it's because you haven't learned from it.
Yeah. I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
That's it.
Yeah. What about you? You said that's where we started getting on to is the old. You feel old? Like you feel like
I feel older than what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because just like I said, just being, man. I mean, fucking raising a little boy by yourself for a long time. It could definitely make you feel old.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't all the way by myself. My mom was there a lot. My little brother was there a whole lot, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, he was there sometimes. A lot of the time, actually.
I was there.
And, yeah, so.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, kids are.
Village, man.
Yeah.
At a village, man.
It could fucking. Yeah, it could definitely make you feel like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, like, when my daughter came around, she just pumped a little more life into me.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a trip. That's dope.
I mean? So.
And it's like, this kind of like, really like the only family that I really grew up with, you know what I'm saying? So, like my kids don't even know, like my mom's side, like cousins and shit like that. Like, all they know is their cousins from them, you know what I'm saying?
The best.
So it's just like they don't.
I know you grew up with him because he busted, what's that Juan Gabriel song?
Yeah.
When he sang that shit, I was like, you for sure was raised Mexican, bro. I don't even know that.
Speaking of that, right, like,
no, he did.
He busted that song out.
His little brother, technically my older brother, but he's still my little brother. He's my little big brother. But he used to go to work. He used to go to work with my pops early in the morning, like at 4 in the morning and shit, right?
Shout out Dre the driver, man.
Hey, and happy birthday, Dre. Happy birthday, Dre. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Your birthday was in June. Okay. Happy birthday, bro. I love you to death, bro. What more do you want from me? But I love you, bro. But me and him used to share rooms, right? And he used to, that was his alarm. Juan Gabriel was his alarm.
Oh, so it was like fucking, you got brainwashed with that shit.
I did.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to, because he never woke up from it, just me. So it's just like, and I used to have to wake him up like, bro, turn off that fucking phone. You feel me?
Wake up program with Juan Gabriel, bro.
Like, you sitting right there, your phone's somewhere over here, and you just letting it go off. It's like, bro, nigga, I gotta, like, can I get some sleep, nigga? And so he ended up playing me the whole song one day, and I'm just like, hey, this shit lightweight fire, you feel me? So that's how it happened, man. So Dre the driver ended up, he programmed that song to me. Yeah. That's the only Spanish song I know. So,
you know it well, though. You know it well.
That's crazy shit.
Yeah, man. But yeah, as far as getting old, though, man, I just feel like I had a birthday recently. On the 18th of August, if anybody want to send me some cash out.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to post your cash app.
I didn't know that was a thing. So I guess we doing cash app. The cash app is Judge Us Not. Y'all can hit up the cash app.
Oh, I thought he was talking about people send you money for your birthday through cash app. Like that's a thing.
That's the thing. Apparently,
shit, I'm getting old.
Hey, check this out. The reason why I know it's a thing now, because every time somebody says it's my birthday, I see a swipe over to a cash app. I'm just like, damn, nigga, is that shit a thing?
That's
bro,
crazy.
Hey, look at me. We gonna segue this shit. This is I've been dying to know what's up with the birthdays nowadays, bro. I know so many people that have big ass extravagant birthdays. Like, what's going on? Is that like a newest thing? It's like, what's going on with that? I don't remember that. Yeah, like they like turning like 5 years old or something, bro. These motherfuckers it ain't even like 30 and 40. It's like motherfuckers be like 23 having like a crazy bash.
Birthdays to me like just another day. Give me a fucking cheeseburger. We're good.
Maybe, but it's like a wave.
Is it like a center of attention?
I don't know. I think maybe it's like kind of like goes into like the whole social media thing because it's definitely a flex for sure. Like you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a flex on the gram when you have a big parties. But ain't that a trip?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's not for them. It's for someone else.
Yeah.
It is a trip because this my birthday that just passed was the first time that I could remember that I actually posted like on Instagram. Like I've never done that shit. I never expected a happy birthday from any. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe it's because the way I grew up. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just know it doesn't resonate with me like it does with everybody else when a birthday comes around. I just feel like nigga, I got kids, bro. Like I'm not worried about.
Maybe that's why, because it is a lot of single people that I mean not single, but people without kids doing it. Now that I mentioned it, but I just noticed. I was like, damn, some of us is like grown as fuck having birthday like with balloons and all this shit.
And I try to be better with that. Like they kind of help me like more better with that is just far as like doing better like birthdays gatherings for the kids and shit like that because I like at that too. You feel me? Just because I don't care about birthdays in general. Yeah. So it's just like when my kids get a birthday, it's just like
that tripped me out. What you said about when we was talking about with your son. I'm like, damn, I was like, that's a trip.
So he is. I don't know if it's the right I was, but they just. I guess it was. They just wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. We never had cable until like all these streaming shits came out. But before we never had cable. We all just had DVDs and shit like that. So they don't see commercials. They don't like want for shit that's on TV.
That commercial shit a program.
So they don't. So when we do want something or get clothes or something like that, it's just like just give me that. They just cool with having something to wear. You know what I'm saying? So I never was pressured to do. I never was pressured materialistically to like do anything with them. You feel me? Like
what's crazy about that is when my son was young, right?
That's a dope ass app, bro.
It's a question mark.
It's the Mario question mark.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah. Anyway, so my son, so he when it was just me and him, right? It's like I always felt like I had to fill this void. You know, because there was like his mother wasn't there.
That
right?
single parent stuff.
Yeah, so like it was always get him whatever he wants. And now it's like shit. He's so materialistic, like fucking $500 shoes, and it's like, damn.
What did I do?
I remember asking him too, like, damn, how the nephew get like this, bro? Like, what
It's crazy.
That's what it is though, because I was raised. My mom's single parent, and it does kick in. It does, like, you know, she never wanted us to grow up thinking like, oh, we did without. So I damn near got what a two parent household would have gave their kid. You know what I mean? And then she worked so much, so it's almost like you start almost showing your love with material things.
Yeah.
And then
So when my wife when we first started talking, right, it was like Christmas time. And she went with me to get him all the stuff I wanted to get him, right? And I was like, "You think this is enough?" She was like, "Yeah, that's enough." And I'm like, "No, I gotta get him more." You know what I mean? And then when the day came and I looked at all the shit he had, I was like, "Damn."
I did go a little overboard.
Like, and I still have that problem till this day. It's like, oh no, him and her gotta have the same amount of shit, and it's like, it's crazy.
But I think, and that's the good thing that I want to say about like how your kids end up turning out, because you still got that mindset. Now they got to the point where they can tell you like that I don't even need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you see the difference in my daughter and my son. It's like I've seen my son go off with my parents, and he comes back with like this big ass toy, being younger. You know what I mean? And then like they took my daughter one time, and my dad was trying to get her to buy like the most expensive toy, and all she wanted was like a $5 little coloring thing that came with its own markers. And he was like, I don't get this little girl.
Yeah. How do I? Yeah.
And it's like she's spoiled in other ways.
She's entertained by the smallest things.
Nah, that's a trip. As parents, we definitely go out of our way. Well, we went this last Christmas. We went like what's it called? Christmas tree shopping, right? And then all it took is I'm even instilled with that just because we separated I'm separated from their mom, so I almost still have that like want to compensate for I didn't give you this 2-parent household, but so all my daughter had to do was like I was like, well, babe, which one you want? Anyone you want? She picked the biggest one. I'm over here at the lot trying to put this 30 fucking foot Christmas tree. The dude wouldn't even put it. He was like, nah, bro. Like, I'm talking about this Christmas tree was like $500, bro. And I'm like, yep, babe, you ain't got to tell me twice. Let's get it, because I'm so. Like a little kid, like, did I do good? You know what I mean? Am I a good dad? Like, it's crazy how, like, your mindset.
Like you gotta accommodate.
Yeah, man.
Ain't it crazy how parents feel like kids when it comes to being parents?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, they want to be loved so much by their kid. And it's just like, that shit is deep, man.
Yeah. It could get toxic, bro. It's like, it's cool, it's funny, and then it's like toxic as fuck.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't be afraid to disappoint your kids.
Yeah.
Like, the only people you should be worried about disappointing is, you know, your other half. But you got to teach your kids disappointment, because if not, you know, they're going to get that spoiled mentality where if they want, they should get it. And they get older, that's dangerous down the road, because they get disappointed when they get older, and they could go into depression or whatever the fuck knows. They could just be like, "Oh, my world is ending because
I can't get this coat."
You know what I mean? So it's like you got to teach them disappointment.
Nah, that's real. Like, they didn't get that stimulation, you know, they go crazy.
It's just parenting. It's just, you know what I mean? Just so much to it.
Yeah.
So much to it. It's
just that word, bro, makes me just start sweating and shit, bro. Cause like, you know, just in life in general, like business shit and all that shit is like, I fuck with that. I enjoy all that shit. Parenting, like having to like you said, like live up to expectations, or like, you know, wondering if you're doing right, wondering how they gonna turn out, all that, like you're not controlling that. You can have a part of it, but at the end of the day, that they own person. And to know that you don't have that control of how they end up, like 100%, it just, that shit drives me fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, like, and your thirst to work. Look, I want to bring this up. We still live. I gave Al some fucking comedy tickets that I was for sure he was finna go to.
Hey, I'm
like,
man.
If anybody gonna go to this show, it's gonna be Al, because he gonna make time to do this shit. And the day,
here we go.
The day I'm at his house,
like more regret.
Yeah, it's a regret.
Man, the day we at his house, I get an email to my phone saying, "Oh, Al just accepted the tickets." I'm like, "Nigga, you had these tickets for like a month, 2 months, bro. Like, what?" What do you mean you just accepted him? Then he was like, man. He was like, I don't even lie. I don't even think I'm finna go. He talking this shit into existence, right? And then so the next day come, I'm thinking Al out and about. He going whoop whoop, and I'm just like, yeah. I think I hit him up. Was like, yo, I just hit you up. Make sure I'm just hoping you have a good time. Whoop whoop, all that good shit. This nigga hit me. This nigga hit me back like that. Hey man, I just think it wasn't meant to be, man. Look, I'm coming through a couple of bumps in the road, and I just think it's a sign, man. Like, I think it's just meant for me to work, and and just stay on the path to doing what we doing, and that's it, man. And I'm looking at this message, I'm like. So I hit him back. I'm like, nigga, are you going or not, bro? Like, what does that mean?
I thought he got the point when I sent him the picture of the work boots, bro. You got to know that I'm working now.
And that's what made me hit you, because I'm like, bro, he sent me work. What does that mean? Is he going?
What does that mean?
Like, what? I don't get this, but I was real disappointed that you didn't go to that show, bro.
Let me answer this. Can I combat that? Can I get my?
Share your shit.
So a couple of layers to that. One. I guess I got a little too cocky, man. You know what I mean? I got a little cocky. I was like, man, fuck it. I'll put out a post who likes comedy shows. I'll sit back, see who hit me, and I'll give me a little date to go, because I didn't want to go with myself. You know what I mean? And yeah, just that shit just didn't go. I'll admit that, but it didn't go down like I wanted. You know what I mean? Hella people just was like, gave me the whole like we're not all like you. Some of us have jobs and lives and all this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, God damn. So yeah, that blew back in my face. And then, like I said, I just, I remember what I said in the message, bro. I think I do just like to work, man. I was like, let me sit back. We had shit to do with the podcast.
Confused. Was it the work or the lack of a date?
It was a combination of both. Maybe it was the lack of the date, and then I justified it extra with the work. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
That makes sense. But that work ethic, man, that'll definitely teach your kids something.
Yeah. Sure. I try to but you know what's crazy about that is, it's hard to instill that in some of these kids sometimes when, I guess it is all on us, but like when they don't have that, like, well, if I don't do this or if I don't save up and mow these lawns or whatever, I'm not going to get this toy. Like, if they know deep down, all they got to do is ask this person, that drive and that work ethic is hard to instill in them, man.
You got to teach them that disappointment.
Yeah. It's definitely a trip.
I ain't always going to be there to do that for you.
Yeah. Trust me. I try to remind them. I tell them all the time, like, hey, hang around me, learn what I'm trying to show you, how I move, because I'm not leaving you nothing when I die. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, but there ain't no policies you cashing in. You know what I'm saying? It's just not happening, bro.
I'm giving you these traits, man.
Yeah, y'all better take notes on this shit, because when I'm gone, man,
this is my will, right?
Yeah, this is my will. And it sounds, a lot of people think I'm crazy for that. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like hopefully, when they get older and they want to start on their ventures, I'm in a position to help them. Like, hey, I'll help you, I'll match you, do this, woo. But that whole, when you die, you getting a check, that don't resonate with me at all. You know what I mean? I feel like when we get things too quick, not working for them, we just don't appreciate it. We don't know how to use that. We don't know how to work it. You know what I mean? So that's just, that's what my mentality is.
And then coming from a place for nothing and then getting money, you're going to always feel like, well, fuck it, I was broke in the first place. What is it to me to be broke again? You know what I'm saying? This shit just fell in my lap, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Like anything extra is just extra.
I mean, you can look at ball players. You can look at even motherfuckers who were scamming the whole EDD shit. You feel me? I know motherfuckers who made money, and it's just like, what the fuck is you doing?
And they blew that shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like you did all that shit just to be on some hood shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that's when I realized that the difference between rich people and poor people had nothing to do with race to me. You feel me? It had everything to do with your mindset.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. And that's when I realized that shit. It's just like, if you have $1 million, but you spending $1 million instead of worrying about how you can double it up.
But then again, at the same time, though, it's rich people, right, that have that ability to teach the whole finances to their children.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They create the mindset.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah. So I mean, you you wouldn't take advice on how to lose weight from a fat person.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So who the fuck does that?
Yeah. I mean, but what I'm saying is well, I guess what I'm saying is it's like your lack of knowledge what makes you like, nigga, I'm just finna do this. You feel me? Like I know I caught some shit with my mom because I told her that, you feel me, she trying to give me financial advice and this shit, and just like,
don't tell me shit.
like, how the fuck you gonna tell me when you drowning in debt? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Word ain't got no weight to it. Your word is light as a motherfucker.
So
right?
it's like I don't want to hear that shit. Like she talks shit all the time. Like she said, I'm gonna ask her, she's like, see how he talked to me. It ain't even about that. But you just can't sit up in here and tell me some shit that you can't even practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I can't, and you haven't even been really improving. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Yeah.
I wish when I was younger I knew the whole, like the benefits of credit.
You know
what I mean?
Gotta leverage it and all that. Yeah.
Because like now my shit's the shit, but like if I could have, if you know, just being smarter with the money I had back then.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been definitely beneficial now.
Yeah,
I think about that shit all the time because I didn't blew so much fucking money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got.
There go that regret sinking in.
I got a fucking.
I gotta light some sage and clear all this out. Man. I think we done, man.
I need them spirits off me, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm working on it, man. I tell you all the time, man. I appreciate Al, man, because he, you know. And my nigga Joe.
Man, when he was telling me about this podcast, I told him, man, you just need someone. You got the vision. You need someone to just push that drive.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean?
And then when it happened, because he told me that before the podcast started, because he knew about the podcast already. And then when I told him that I hooked up with y'all, and then and he first thing he said was, "What I tell you, bro." He was like, "All you just needed somebody to just," and he's like, "And it sound like Al is." That motherfucker to be a man of his word, who
a man of action, man.
A man of action,
yeah. Just gotta do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nah,
I'm a procrastinator for sure.
Like
I sit there and look at the wall like, damn, I know I gotta go do this shit, but this wall look interesting. This wall looks interesting, bro. Funny. I will find her. I'm easily distracted like a motherfucker. Just the other day when I was at the house, remember I was just like, damn, I grabbed my phone for something. I forgot what the fuck I was looking at.
Started looking at words.
Yeah, I was looking up what Stargarts was.
Started looking up other words.
And then I started looking up some other shit, and I'm like, damn, what did I even grab my phone for?
Before you know it, 2 hours done went by. You know what I mean?
So we started talking about words and silent letters and words and shit and how they came about and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying?
So this is crazy because this was kind of what me and Dane was talking about. Because like even you explaining that, I'm just like, you already know me. Even like going to the trip to the comedy thing. Yeah, it was a date thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I could have said, fuck it, I'm going to just go. You know what I'm saying?
Could have took me, bro.
What it is I was using excuses to not go. Even though in theory, I was like, it would be fun. I know once I get there, I'd be fun. But then that voice saying, nah, but you need to do this. You need to buff the fucking floors for the art show. All that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, I did know that. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I know you really didn't want to go in the first place. And it's just like, damn, nigga, why don't you just tell me no, bro?
Yeah. See,
like, but
you should have said that. It's your fault, bro.
Cause I'm just like, I just wanted you to just flat out say it, like, nigga, I just want to.
Yeah. So you know what's so funny? That's why I brought it up, because we was talking a little bit about that, and even I said that when I was like, man, you know what? I think I really just like this working. I like to just do shit and be efficient and you know and proactive or whatever. And so I was telling Dame, I was like, man, honestly, bro, you know what's so crazy is like I'm always thinking that way. And it takes me to like have a drink or whatever, a couple of drinks or something, to turn that off, to like enjoy things that everybody else is enjoying. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy. We was talking about that earlier. See, all I had to do, if I took a shot, I'd have fucking went by myself. Like, fuck it, we going to this show, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that in my mind, I'm always like got that voice like, nah, bro, you got to do this. You got to get this shit popping. You got to get this going. It's crazy.
And that's what I think is dope, though. You feel me? That's what I think is dope about you, that you have that. You just got that drive, bro. Like even when you told me that when you wake up late, nigga, you just feel like you just wasted time. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I could have been doing this. I could have been doing that shit. When I wake up, but I'm like, damn, nigga, I might as well just stay in bed.
Yeah. We gonna try again tomorrow.
Yeah, my whole day already over.
Shit. It's crazy. I'm so fucking lazy. I'll do things the day before, so I ain't gotta do shit the
The
next day.
That's me.
You plan out your laziness.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
that's
planning
like,
to
I
be
don't
lazy.
want to do shit tomorrow,
me.
so I'm gonna do this shit
Yeah.
right now.
There's been times I've been home like I'll be on the game all fucking day, bro, just because I planned on doing it.
Oh.
If I worked the whole
See,
week,
that make my stomach hurt right now, bro. I'm like, ooh.
if I worked the whole week, I'm like, fuck it. Nigga, I'm gonna get up Saturday early.
And game the
nigga,
shit out
and
this
game,
thing.
nigga. FIFA all day. All day.
Oh,
And
man.
I would, bro, I'll really just be there chilling. I wouldn't even think nothing of it. Like, damn, it's kind of getting dark, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, match 2, start. Woo, woo.
Yeah, like it's
I
nothing,
can't do
bro.
that.
Yeah, that's
Like it's
a
nothing,
trip.
man.
I can't do that
That's
shit.
a trip.
It's the
you
point
know?
where it's like I gotta get up.
Man, that's a trip. But it's, it's exciting though to watch. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
I think that's like I'm learning all this shit about me. Like I'm learning. I know that I'm aware of it. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of it, how to get out that mentality. So I'm even trying to read more and trying to read like different type of shit. And
What kind of shit?
the one I'm reading now is just kind of like an autobiography. You feel me, about somebody. And
Just somebody?
yeah, he's just somebody.
Oh.
Because I don't. Cause
Somebody motivated.
You remember earlier? You remember earlier that how I was telling you how he got that plant? Like he had this little shit downstairs. I got that book from just sitting downstairs, and then I just grabbed it. And then the shit's kind of interesting though, because he was actually raised by 2 deaf parents.
Oh shit.
2 deaf parents, and it was crazy. It was crazy, but that's yeah. But I'm just trying to read. I'm just trying to read shit that I normally wouldn't pick to read. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to like just expand my trail of thoughts, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
that's what it is. Just exposing yourself to new shit. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean?
Shit, I've been buying a bunch of audiobooks lately.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm glad that you finally got into that too.
Yeah,
So-
I read it a long time ago, The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, but that shit was free, so I downloaded it. I've been listening to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
That's dope. I'm big on that. Like whatever you put in your body, in your ears, your mouth, whatever, all that shit is like it's just you. That's what you creating your reality with. You know what I mean? That's why I got real big on like not even listening to certain. Man, you know what's crazy? We were just talking about this too. That Suicide Squad. You know, I've gotten so like sensitive to what I input in me, bro. I'm watching that shit. You know, it's a lot. This motherfucker's head's getting blown up every couple seconds. I was in that motherfucker. I went to sleep. I was like, bro, I don't even want to watch it. It was crazy, bro. I had a moment, but I was like, this is too violent for me, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Did you want to cry?
I didn't want to cry. I was just like, it just didn't amuse me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, fuck, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to watch a bunch of people dying for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't feel a way about it, but I'm not entertained by it. You feel me? I'm more about movies that like what that deal with the psyche and shit. That's the shit that,
like the
to
guy.
flip out
Well,
of.
he was talking about the guy and shit. That shit is
That's my
interesting.
shit.
I was like, I could have been watching my my mushroom documentary. I'm over here watching all these shooting guns and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
we're looking at Sacred Geometry.
Yeah.
That's
That's just
that shit
interesting
too,
as
right?
fuck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck is that?
It's geometry on a higher level, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the flower of life, Metatron's cube, the plutonic solids and shit.
Look at the process.
What the chat looking like?
I know, ain't nobody said shit.
Ain't nobody asking questions.
It's really just one dude on there. It's like 4 people. That I feel like it's you guys know these people.
Of course. Who else would be?
It's Gabriel Miranda just like kind of having his own little get down. you know?
Yeah, it's all good. Let them enjoy it. Enjoy themselves, man.
Shout out to
That's
Jay.
what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, we good, man. Shit. We good. You know what I mean? We can wrap it up. I had a good, that was definitely a good chat, though,
Yo,
man. I got a lot of perspective.
My daughter had a question for you. She wanted to ask you that if 2 vegans are fighting, is it still beef? or is it tofu?
It's tofu. I think it's going to be tofu. Hey, boy, I know I fuck with your daughter already, bro. I ain't even remember. That's hella funny. That was just a little taste, huh?
What she said the other day? When you was talking about your
Oh,
wife about
yeah.
something.
So I don't know how it got brought up, but I was talking to my wife, and I was like, you don't remember our first date? I was at Applebee's, and she was like, I don't remember that. Right? So then I'm like, so we took my son and her niece before we went to Applebee's one time. We had taken my son and her niece to Chuck E. Cheese, but she brought her like 2-year-old niece too, right? And she was just hella clingy. And I remember her telling me, well, she wasn't supposed to come. It was just kind of like a hindrance, right? And I was like, you don't remember you said this and that? And she was like, no, I don't. And then my daughter was like, boom, his IQ. She called me Megamind. She was like, Megamind.
She said, boom, his IQ. This man's IQ.
How old is your daughter?
Oh, shit. 10, 11?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
God, I'm going to get killed.
Oh, man. We
right,
got
bro.
to bleep that out. We got to bleep that
You'll
out.
be all right, bro.
Yeah. So your daughter's like my son's age, yeah, around there somewhere. Yeah.
And she's crazy.
Yeah.
She's dope, though. You know, a lot
I
of
guess they are, huh? Lily the same age as Janae?
How old is Lily?
12.
Yeah, then Janae's 11, I guess. I don't know.
we
I'm
got
going
to
to get
bleep
killed.
that out
Oh,
for sure.
shit.
For sure. Hey, I ain't mad at that, bro. I be forgetting all kinds. I didn't know. Boy, I went to the school to pick my kids up, and then you got to tell them like what grade they in. The lady, bro, the word got out too. So the lady asked me like what they said what classes? I think it was my son. What class? Oh no, it was my daughter. What class is she in? I was like, oh shit. Her name is Delilah. She was like,
You heard of her? You heard of her?
Yeah, they was like, what, do you know her teacher's name? I was like, man, y'all over here. What, so what, well, I can look it up. Just what grade she in? Bruh, I just draw the
Nigga in there
blank.
sounded like a kidnapper and
Bruh,
shit.
they started cracking
She's
up.
about yay high.
Yeah, bro. It was so crazy because the word got out. Like, so I didn't know. They finally found because somebody knew who my daughter was. She's like, oh, it's Delilah. She's in Mrs. Woo Woo. Man, when I tell you, like a week later, I met one of my clients came in and she started cracking up. She was like, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. I heard you don't know shit about your kids. That lady in the office told somebody, and I guess they knew who I was. They was like, hey, well, that boy came to pick his kids up, didn't know shit about them. I felt so bad. I was like, God damn. But that, all jokes aside, though, it did show me, like, at that point in time, I was so in my phone business and doing this and that, to not know what grade my kid is and what it's, you know what I mean? It showed me where my priorities was at, you feel me? So I laughed at it, but then I was like, man, I need to sign up for the PTA. I'm trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? I started doing hella shit because I felt like a piece of shit after that shit, man. Yeah, that's crazy, though.
That's crazy. But Joe, man, fuck. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for having me. It's all good.
And your story was interesting.
Well, I took a lot out of that for sure.
And yeah, bro, I love you. And shit.
Yeah, I know.
Arrogant ass motherfucker. Can't even say I love you too, bro.
All I gotta say, he knows it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I would like to hear it sometimes. I would like to hear it sometimes. But yeah, man. So yeah, this is Judges Not Podcast.
Yes,
Case
sir.
closed, baby.
Yes, sir. We out.